At ease. Welcome to the VTP, the Vaccinator Training Programme. My name is Sergeant Smith of the Royal Army Medical Corps, and in this module you will learn basic life support. How to save a life. Basic life support is a key skill. You may have learned it as a first aider, you may have learned it as a doctor, you may have learned it as a nurse. But since COVID-19, we've changed the protocol, so now it's a bit different. You hear a scream, you go outside, somebody's lying on the floor. What do you do? 5 things. D or A, B, C. D is for danger. Is there danger to the casualty? Is there danger to other people? Is there danger to you? If there is, you've got to deal with the danger. Neutralise the threat. If there is no danger, or if you've dealt with it, then we go on to response. In the past we used to go shake, shout, slap, but sometimes they hit us back. Then we tried shake and vac, and that didn't really work either, though the carpets looked lovely. Now we try shake and shout. 2 hands on the shoulders. Open your eyes! Open your eyes! Now, that does appear very aggressive, but that's only because I'm working with my inflatable friend, Annie. On a real person, they wouldn't bounce around quite so much. I also shout for help at this point. Can I have some help, please? My colleague should come. I ask them to wait 2 seconds while I finish my assessment. Maintain the airway. Chin lift, head tilt. 2 fingers under the point of the chin, hand on the forehead, bring them back. Doing this moves the tongue out of the way and clears the airway. I look inside the mouth. Are there any foreign bodies in there? Since Brexit, we don't want any foreign bodies, so if there is something in there that shouldn't be in there, try to remove it very carefully. If they have false teeth, as a general rule, leave them in. Check the breathing. In the past we used to get down close, but not now, not because of COVID. Now we stay away and we look at the chest. Is there any movement? We check for bleeding. Is there any obvious red stuff coming out anywhere? Now we know. They're unconscious, they're not breathing, or they're not breathing normally. We tell our colleagues to call 999, because if somebody isn't breathing, they're dying. And the sooner the paramedics get there, the better. If you are on your own, call 999 before doing anything else. Because the sooner the paramedics arrive with their fancy equipment and their training, the better the chance of survival. So, we're waiting for the paramedics. They're on their way. We have a casualty here. They're unconscious, they're not breathing, or they're not breathing normally. What do we do? Basic life support. Now, if you know the person doesn't have COVID, then you could do the old style. Compressions and rescue breaths. But you're working in the clinic and you don't know if this person has COVID or doesn't have COVID. So we're going to assume that maybe they have it. We should be wearing our masks. But we also need to protect ourselves further. So we're going to place a covering over the casualty's face. We are not going to do the rescue breaths because A, they might have COVID, B, we haven't been formally introduced, and C, they might not be very attractive. So we cover their face with a cloth, like so. This should reduce the amount of COVID coming out of their mouth when we're bouncing up and down on their chest. We're just going to do compressions. So with the heel of our hand, we place it at the centre of their chest, place the other hand over that hand. It could be the left over the right or the right over the left, doesn't matter. We lock our elbows. We position our shoulders directly over the casualty, and at a speed of 100 compressions per minute, we compress. That sounds a little bit like this. Nice, regular beats. Now, Real people don't click the way this mannequin does. The mannequin clicks to let me know I'm getting it right. But how could I get it wrong with music like this? If you go too fast, the heart doesn't refill. Go too slow, the heart doesn't pump enough. This is the kind of speed you want. This comes from the 1978 album Saturday Night Fever from the Bee Gees. This one there. How long do we do this for? As long as it takes. We are pumping blood around the body and we're keeping the person alive. What if they start to vomit? Easy. Roll them over. Let the vomit come out. We cannot do CPR, basic life support, if they are vomiting. Let the vomit come out. Roll them back. Clean them up. Start again. Don't forget to save the carrots to make a nice nourishing soup. So that is basic life support. If you're in a clinic, and you will be, there should be help there. You do it for 2 minutes, your colleague does it for 2 minutes, you do it for 2 minutes, your colleague does it for 2, and so on. If you do it too long on your own, you will start to get tired and the effectiveness will decrease. If you are on your own, then you've got to do it on your own for as long as you can. But in that situation, the adrenaline will take over and you'll just keep going. So, this is basic life support. D is for danger. R is for response, shake and shout. Call for help. Can I have some help, please? Check the airway. Chin lift, head tilt. Look inside the mouth. Check the breathing. Check the circulation. If the person is unconscious and not breathing, or not breathing normally, 999 and start basic life support. Compressions at a speed of 100 per minute. This technique saves lives and it'll turn you into a hero. This concludes this module. Dismissed.